Okay, just got this one out of the storage shed in the back, and hadn't been out for a while, so we're running some fresh gas through it. And thought I'd do a little walk around on and tell you about this car. We just refer to it as the Pink. We can't call it Pinky because Brian has another one called Pinky. But the story on this car, many years ago at a show, a guy came up to me and he said, "I've got a Crosley, you need to come and buy it." So eventually I did get there, and basically what this thing was scattered all over a farm. The body was out behind the barn on a stack of tires, and a tree had fell on it. The running gear was up behind the garage, and there was an old house on the farmstead there that had a bunch of Crosley parts in it. All right, he threw a price at me, and I asked, I said, "Are you sure there's a whole Crosley here?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, there's enough here to build a car." So anyway, I ended up buying it. What kind of leaned me toward buying it was part of the Crosley. I told him, I said, "If I buy it, I want everything on this farm that's Crosley." He said, "Okay." Well, one of the things he had was the bed off of a roundside, been made into a trailer. So I thought, well, I could surely find a home for that. Well, by the time I get there, he had sold that. So I just wrote it off as experience. But anyway, I bought it, brought all the parts home, took 3 trailer loads to get everything home. And the roof was caved in from a tree, and water had stood on it for eons, I imagine. And when you got inside and looked up at the sun, it was like looking up at the stars on a dark moon night. It was full of holes. So I thought, well, that's not going to work. So I decided I would just make this into what we'll call a touring car. So for most people, when they ask, I say it's the touring car. It had no seats. So I ended up fabricating all the seats, door panels and everything. Nothing inside that is remotely stock Crosley, as you can tell. But that's all right. We knew it wasn't going to be an original car no matter what we did to it, because the roof got cut off. Now, if I walk around here from this side, give you another view into it. So I got all those parts home. Of course, the body was already off the frame, so we did a complete frame off. The engine, he had the engine in there, and I got it, and honestly, it's a very good engine. This car has always been money. I mean, you could get into it after a set for months and fire it up and drive it. We drove it about 120 miles one day, and never let us down, never got hot, nothing. It's just always been a grand car for that kind of thing. The windshield was missing, of course, so I ended up doing a windshield kind of like the Street Rod boys are doing them. So I just decided that I'd do it that way, since the car was not a full custom anyway, or was going to be a full custom. It's got 9-inch Bendix brakes. I put all new master cylinder, new wheel cylinders, new lines, everything. So it's got exceptional brakes. I didn't get an air cleaner with it, and so I made that air cleaner for it, and it's actually 2 plastic bowls from Walmart with an element between them, but it works great, so what the heck. This is probably the car, well, I'll get to that later. It was just without a top for several years, and I got to looking at it one day, and I thought, I'm going to make a Carson top for that. And you know, if you've been around hot rodders and stuff, a Carson top got to be real popular back in the 50s. A guy named Bob Carson, I remember, it was in a custom shop out in California, and came up with the idea. This is a framework with a canvas cover over it, and it can be taken off. Now, it's not the easiest thing to take off. It's got like 2 screws in the back, and it's got up front, I'll get in here and show it to you. Up front, there's pins that go into the frame there, and then these springs hold it in place, and then there's straps that hold it up here. I have not towed this on an open trailer, but I actually think it would tow just fine. It's very rigid, very strong. So that's the name of that. Put a back window in, of course. The tail lights are not original Crosley tail lights. Those were out of an old set of aftermarket turn signal lights I seen in an auto parts store, but they actually look pretty good. And then on the front, I think I did the same thing. Let me go look. Yeah, put the amber up front, and they work quite well too. Now, the car did not come. I'll get my seat around here and I'll show you. The car did not come with a front bumper. Had a back bumper, and I now have a front bumper if I wanted to put it on there. But one of the things it did come with, it had the 3 grill bars, original grill bars. They were in sorry shape, so I painted those. But then there was a lower grill bar out of a 51 or 2, and I added it into top to give it a more of a custom look. So there's no bumper mounts or anything on the front. It's just again, it's a custom car. It's not a show car for if you're wanting to win the best of class or something. It'd be modified, would be the proper class at the Walkaround show. Actually, in the first year we took it to the Walkaround show, it won modified class, so somebody must have liked it. I found those online, custom, and put them on there because it's very fitting for this car. Inside, there's the seats. There's a tonneau cover that fits on it. Fits on it either with the top or without. There's the door panels. The dash, the only thing I had to do to the dash, I added a temperature gauge because the original one didn't work, and most of you have been around Crosley's know how hard it is to find working square dash clusters. So it does not have that. This thing, it was completely wired. I don't know if we can see that or not. I ordered it has a heater too. I ordered a Rebel wiring kit for this car. That's one of those kits that has everything labeled. As the first car I ever wired, and it made it a lot easier. I don't need those anymore. I can wire them from scratch. But it does have, it's got like 8 circuits, so you know, if you want to add a stereo, it's got a place. There's the inside of the, got a headliner inside of the top. Originally I had white spoke wheels on this, but I just didn't like them. I took them off, put stock wheels and hubcaps on it. This car would actually, I won't do it, but this car would really brighten up if it had a set of chrome or mag type wheels on it. And being it's custom, you could do that. But anyway, that's the little pink car. More than likely, this car is going to go up for sale this summer or fall. I'm getting at that place now where 7 cars to keep running and cleaned up and deal with is getting to be harder and harder. And I always knew that eventually I would get down to the Farmer Road and the Guppy, and that would be about it. I think probably I'll sell this car. Then I'll sell maybe next. Yeah, I got some people interested in my pickup truck, and it's a nice one. If anybody's seen it, they'll verify that it is a nice one. The only thing about that is I just put a Berry Seal engine in that, and if you know anything at all, you know what a Berry Seal engine costs. So if anybody wants to buy that truck, they're going to have to pay for that Berry Seal engine too. All my other cars have great engines in them, so there's no reason for me to swap anything out. So I'll either sell the truck with the Berry Seal engine for my price, or we won't sell it, period. Okay, guys, that's a little tour of the little paint car. Thanks for stopping by.